So hello everyone, welcome to the RV groups RV classes. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about basics of mechanics. So now we are going to discuss with the basics of mechanics. This will be the helpful for your 11th standard physics portion. Okay, so I am going to start basics of mechanics. So mechanics is broadly classified into two types. So first part is statics. And second part is dynamics. So mechanics is broadly classified into two parts. First part is statics and second part is dynamics. Statics, that means body is at rest. If a particle and or a body is at rest, you can say that that type of study we are going to discuss in statics portion. If body is in motion, so that type of study we will study in our dynamics portion. So motional body will be discussed in our dynamics portion, and statical body will be discussed in our rest portion. Rest body will be discussed in our statics portion. So dynamics is also classified into two parts. So kinematics and second is kinetics. So dynamics has also two parts. One is kinematics and another is kinetics. So kinematics is nothing to know about the motion, because dynamics is a study of motion. We will also study in kinematics portion is motion. To know about motion without knowing the cause, we will not going to discuss the why body is in motion. We are not going to discuss in kinematics portion. So just an example you can take. So if you think suppose there is a body of mass mkg, and it is moving in a plane frictionless plane. So its velocity, its speed or velocity is v. So this type of analysis we are going to discuss in kinematics portion. Not knowing about which forces is acting, why this body is in motion. We are knowing only thing, this body is in motion. In kinematic portion we are telling only that body is in motion. We have to analyze how much time it will take to reach this point. If suppose this point is a, this body has to reach the point b, how much time it will take to reach this point, that is a kinematics. So kinematics is nothing to analyze the body motion, when the body will be reached that point, or what is the speed of the body. That is a kinematics. Okay, so now the term kinetics, that means we are going to detail about why the body is moving. So we are going to discuss about free body diagram in your further lectures. Okay, so Newton's law will be also in this portion. So upper force is normal force, down force is gravitational force, and you can also external forces F. So and also frictional forces frictional forces. Okay, so that type of a study is called kinetics. So now I think you have something idea about what is mechanics. So what is mechanics? Mechanics is the study of rest and rest. What there is mechanics is the study of rest and motion, you can say. Okay, so okay, and we can broadly classify the mechanics into two parts: statics and dynamics. Statics is nothing but the study of particle which is at rest, and dynamics, that particle which is in motion, that is called dynamics. There are two types of dynamics, that is kinematics and kinetics. So kinematics, that means why, without knowing the why the body is moving, we are only analyzing the body is moving, when it will be reach or like this, that is our kinematics. And kinetics, what is kinetics? Kinetics, with knowing the why the body is moving, like forces and friction forces, that is called in kinetics. So now which body is in rest and which body is in motion, how can you classify? Now first we are going to discuss about rest and motion. Rest and motion, how can we say that this body is in rest or this body is in motion? So you will tell simply that the body is at rest, that means the body which is not changing his changing his state, changes his distance, is called rest. Yeah, you are right, nothing. So that is if the position of the particle, if here is v is 0, that means velocity, or you can say the speed is 0, that means this particle is at rest. Okay, nothing. Okay, nothing to worry. But where is the problem? Problem is here. If suppose a train is moving, okay, there is a people, there is a one, there is a people, I think, and there is a second people, and you are looking this train from, you are looking this train from here. So suppose this train is moving with the velocity of v. Okay, velocity, that is a speed. Now you can check, you can assume that 120 kilometer per hour, 60 kilometer per hour is the speed of train. It is moving, you are seeing the train. Then what will be tell you? The train is moving, or the train position is moving, or rest position? Simply say that yes, train is moving, train is in motion, because the speed is clarify and you are looking this. Okay, nothing problem. So that means you are telling the train is in motion, that means this people, okay, this people, I think I have named this A, people A, and this people is B. Okay, so what will we look you for? This people is what? This people is also moving with your convenience, because you will take, because train is moving, that means that it is this people is also moving with that. Okay, nothing the problem. But if you see, this people will be tell, what about this people? B people will be say, what about A people? Then B people will say, A people is not moving, he is at rest, because his displacement is not going, because in the reference of this. So rest and motion is nothing, it is a dependent on which frame of reference you are saying, which frame of reference you are watching. So you can't say that, predict that which body is rest and which body is at motion without knowing the frame of reference, at which frame of reference you are talking. That time you can say that this body will be rest or this body will be motion. Okay, so you can't predict which body is in motion, which body is in rest. You can't predict. You have to predict with the frame of reference. So simply, I think you have some clear about points. What is frame of reference? Frame of reference, that means that reference which you are seeing to body, and what are you looking in the frame of reference. If you are seeing that body is in motion, that will be body is in motion. If you are seeing that the body is at rest, that means body is at rest. Because if you tell about you, you are like watching my video on by sit. So if you are sit, that means you will tell I am at rest. No, how can you are at rest? If I see you away from the earth, away from the earth, so that times earth is moving. Earth is moving now. So earth is moving with its axis. So that time you also are moving. Okay, so you can't say that you are in motion or you are rest. Yes, you have to tell, yes, in your position I am at rest. Okay, so this is all about rest and motion, and also thinking about frame of reference. I think you are following my matter. Okay, so now we will tell something about uh, basics math. You can say that, yeah, basics physics. So you know about that. I think, I don't think that you are not knowing about. So physical quantities. So physical quantity, or you consider the physical quantity. You are knowing about fundamental physical quantity and derived physical quantity. There are also two types of, you can say that, physical quantity. Physical quantity. So there are two types of physical quantity. One is a scalar physical quantity, another one is vector physical quantity. So one is a scalar physical quantity and another one is vector physical quantity. Another one is vector physical quantity. I think you know about this. Okay, so scalar is what? A scalar physical quantity is what? A scalar physical quantity, the quantity which have only magnitude, not direction. That is called what? That is called a scalar physical quantity. Just an example. What? Just an example. Mass. You can always tell sugar is 5 kg. Yes. Mass, length, time. Okay, length not, you have to predict which length you are telling. Okay, that is called a scalar quantity. And another one is vector quantity. We have to study vector quantity. Okay, we have to study vector quantity. So I will not going to many thing about vector. So I am assuming that you know something about vector. I will take another class for vectors, so that will be also helpful for your mathematics portion also. But something say about vector. What is vector? The basic definition you have learned in 9th class. The quantity which have magnitude plus direction. The quantity which have magnitude plus direction. Magnitude plus direction. As I agree, I also agree with this. The quantity which have magnitude plus direction. But in 11th standard you will study, it has also one rule. That rule is this vector quantity should follow the triangle or parallelogram rule. Triangle or parallelogram rule. So what is triangle and parallelogram rule? We will study parallelogram rule. So you can't say that that vector has only magnitude and direction. It has also follow the triangle rule, or you can say that parallelogram rule. Okay, so this rule will be also satisfy for the vector quantity. So I will tell you a little bit a story, something about. So it is a thinking process. It is your depend on your thought process, which type of thought process you have, because you are from science department or science field, so you know about something thought process. So what is thought process? Okay, so okay, so there is a 3 ampere current, there is a 4 ampere current. Okay, so what will be the outgoing current? These are the incoming current, these are the incoming current, I1, this is I2. So what will be the I3? Simply tell me. If the one other incoming current is 4 ampere, if your house wire is producing, one wire is 4 ampere current and one wire is producing 3 ampere current, so what will be your outgoing current for this? 7 ampere. Simply add both this. Let me that the angle between both wires are 45 degree. Well, let me assume now I extended the angle. Now this angle will be 60 degree. Okay, now this angle will be 60 degree, and your incoming voltage are incoming currents are same, 4 ampere, 3 ampere. So tell me, what is the next current? What is the outgoing current? You will tell nothing is dependent on angle. It is only dependent on what? It is only dependent on magnitude, because 4 ampere current is coming and 3 ampere current is coming. Not dependence on angle. It will be also that time it will also give 7 ampere. This time will be also give 7 ampere. So how can you say that this the current is vector? How can you say that the current is vector? Because you know current has direction. Yes, this is clearly showing there is a direction, there is a direction, there is a direction. Current has direction. Magnitude, yeah, 4 ampere, 4 ampere, 4 ampere, 3 ampere. But we are getting the magnitude as same, not depending on angle. This is not dependent on angle. So how can you say that current is vector? So current is not vector. So that time for current cases our vector rule is failing, which we have studied in 9th class. We have studied the quantity which have magnitude and plus direction. That quantity is called vector quantity. So there is no vector additions. There is no vector additions. This is a simple scalar addition, you can say that, because 4 ampere current and 3 ampere current, they will be the 7 ampere current at 45 degree angle. If we extended the angle 60 degree, that time will be also the 4 ampere current, 3 ampere current, that will be also giving the 7 ampere current. So you can't say that there is a case of vector, there is a case of angle dependency, or you can say that vector dependency. So if we will change the cases, that time it will be differ. That time it will be differ. So how can you say that? I will show you. So you can check that. There is a okay. Okay. so agar there is a force of 5 Newton, there is a force of 4 Newton, and there is a angle 45 degree. So what will be the resultant force? Tell me what will be the resultant force. You will tell that we have to square 5 square plus 4 square plus 2 into 4 cos 45. You will tell this. Yeah, this is a vector, simple vector, a vector resultant addition. Okay, you will tell this. This will be the your resultant force. This will be your resultant force. You will tell, because you know force is because this has a direction, this has a direction. So if you change this angle, 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 if you extend this if you extend this angle at 63 degree, same type of a forces, 5 Newton, and there is a 4 Newton. So that time this case will be differ, because here it comes 60 degree, so that magnitude is different. So force is vector. So you can say that force is vector. It is proved, but current is not vector. Okay, so that means we have to some modify our definition. We have to do some modification in our definitions. So thank you. I will back tomorrow. So thanks for watching our video.